I was even planning on making a video today, but it just came on my mind. I couldn't really get rid of it, so I decided to, set the camera up and let's do it. So this was the moment that I realized that my mental health wasn't great and that I needed to do something about it. And I feel like we've all kind of had this realization, but we don't always act on it. So this was around 2019. I think back then that was before COVID, so I was working in courts as a court clerk. It's a bit of a crazy job, but that's a story for another day. It was a pretty shitty job, if I'm being honest. I just finished working. It was like a regular day. Was getting the bus home. Just as a backstory, at the time I was staying with my then girlfriend, now fiance's family home. And so I'm walking home from the bus stop. I think it was like a typical, like, gloomy, depressing English day. I opened the door for the house and I just like went straight upstairs and I just said, "Oh, hi," as a telephone quickly, and then went straight upstairs. And I actually just sat on the toilet in like complete darkness for like 20 minutes, just like deep in my life, just deep in my life. I was thinking like, fuck, is this it? Like, I'm just working the job that's so boring and I'm just not enjoying it. I just come home, got to do it again next day. Yeah, at the time I just wasn't able to get out of the darkness that I was in. And it's quite ironic, I literally decided to sit in darkness, but yeah. And yeah, I just didn't want to face everyone and, have to act like I was okay and, fake a smile. "Oh, hey guys, how was work?" And people ask me, "Oh, how work was?" I'd be like, "Oh yeah, it was fine, it was alright." I just didn't really have the energy that day to fake it. After I was done sitting in the toilet by myself like a weirdo, I think I got changed and I just kind of sat in the front room. Like they have like a living room. They have like two living rooms, like one front one and one main one. So yeah, I was sitting in the front living room just by myself for a bit. And then my fiance, being the sweet person that she is, she came to bring me food and asked me how I was doing. And of course, this is someone that I love a lot and I really appreciate. But at the time, I just felt so numb. Like I didn't even give her much eye contact. I didn't really, really appreciate her or anything at that time. And yeah, I just remember we just sat in silence, watching YouTube videos, eating. And I know she could tell like something was wrong with me, and I could tell that she could tell as well, because I was clearly just being a bit weird. Like I wasn't saying anything, wasn't making any eye contact. And yeah, she asked me, like, "Is everything okay? Is everything alright?" And of course, being the wimp I was at the time, I just said, "Yeah, I'm fine. Nothing's wrong. I'm okay." And then obviously, she eventually got bored of me being a boring, depressing little whiny shit, and just left and went to her room. And I literally just sat there until like 2 a.m. playing video games. Like, what was I even playing? I was probably playing like FIFA career mode or some shit. Like, oh man, I wasn't even. I honestly don't think I was even enjoying myself. I just was trying to avoid everyone really. And it wasn't until that same night where I eventually, forced myself to go to sleep. And I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth. And I remember I was just looking in the mirror like, bro, what am I doing right now? What is this? Is this who I am now? Like, I didn't even recognize myself really yet. And it was literally then I realized, like, I've been trying to avoid things for so long and I can't do it anymore. Like, this isn't the way I want to live. I can't keep going on like this, just, trying to escape reality every day and then taking it out on my loved ones and the people that care about me. But the kind of fucked up thing about this whole situation is that I've had a lot of days like this. And I did have a lot of days like this even after that night of realization. Because even though I knew that I needed to do something to change my situation and change, the way I thought about life, my victim mentality just didn't allow me to, take control of my life and really be like, yeah, I can change this. This is in my hands. Because I would just tell myself, like, this is the way I am. And this is the way I'm just built. Like, this is the kind of person I am. But what I was really telling myself is that, you know, it's fine to neglect your emotions and it's fine to isolate your loved ones. And, you know, it's normal to use gaming to escape your shitty life that you're not doing anything about. You know, it's not that big of a deal, I would tell myself, but I was just lying to myself, like, straight. I can see it now. Like, I think we all lie to ourselves every day. When we tell ourselves, you know, the way we're living is just the way it has to be. You know, when we say, oh, this is the way I am, this is the way I've always been, this is what I always do. Because deep down I knew I had to make a change. I had to change the trajectory of my life, of where it was going. Because if I kept going on that route, I would have lost everything. I would have lost the person I love. I would have lost friends, family. So I knew if I kept going down that route, you know, just escapism and trying to neglect the things that matter in my life, I knew where that led. Because we all know where that leads. That leads to isolation, loneliness, literally losing the people you love, losing the people you care about, and most importantly, losing yourself. Because ever since acting on this urge that we all have to improve ourselves, I've seen the massive changes I've been able to make in my life. Things that used to, you know, be able to get me into a rut, now I can just shake off like it's nothing. And I'm not saying this to be cocky or be like, oh, I'm better. This is literally just from the work that I've put into myself. I can see you know, how it's paying off for me. And the only reason I'm doing any of this is I want to share this with people that need it. Because I know if I can come back from lows like this, lows that I feel like a lot of us experience, then you can do it as well. Because if I'm being honest, there's nothing special about me. I just choose to try. That is all it is. And of course, I'm not saying, you know, life is perfect now and every day is rosy. But if you're not happy with how your life is going, bro, you need to do something to change it. That's a simple fact. And you putting it off to tomorrow, you know, putting off to next year, saying, oh no, just I'm fine how I am, you know, I don't mind spending all day gaming, I don't mind spending hours scrolling on my fucking phone. If that's honestly how you want to live your life, then of course, you know, do that. But you know deep down inside, that is not what you want for yourself. And deep inside, you know that's not what makes a man. Facing yourself head on, facing your problems, facing your issues, facing the things that, you know, you want to change about yourself. Instead of cowering and trying to avoid the truth and escaping reality constantly, like, this is not the life you want to live. I know it's not. If you're serious about trying to make changes to better yourself, then sub to the channel and like the video so the algorithm shows this video to more young men who really need to see it. And if you ever want more specific advice tailored to you, then feel free to book a one-on-one coaching call with myself. The link will be in the description. Alright guys, remember, why just survive when you can thrive? Peace.